Hello, my name is Dal Dixon, and this is my Rice Datathon project. Essentially, we're going to be going to a deep dive of college matriculation in the state of Texas. The problem is that we need to figure out what are the factors that actually impact college matriculation before we can actually make any efforts in improving college matriculation for Texas residents. The state of Texas set a goal that by 2030, 60% of Texas residents will have a four-year degree or certification. However, we don't really have a big understanding of what are the factors that seem to impact matriculation in the state of Texas. So this project goes to explore that question and see which high schools are overperforming and underperforming when it comes to college matriculation, so that we can make the necessary actions to improve college matriculation. I downloaded a bunch of data sources from the TEA website and the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. They collect data on student performance on campus, as well as whether the students matriculated to college or not. The first thing that I did after downloading and processing all the data was doing a correlation matrix and seeing what are the factors that seem to positively and negatively correlate with matriculation. What we saw is that there are 6 factors that seem to positively correlate with matriculation, that being AP participation rate, SAT participation rate, performance on the SAT in the math and reading section, percentage of students that are gifted and talented, as well as the percentage of students that participate in career and technical education. We saw that 3 to 5 factors that impact college matriculation negatively. Those are being bilingual, limited English proficiency, English as a second language, percent disadvantage, and percentage of students that are in the SPED program. One of the things that I decided to do there was to do a binomial regression model, mainly because it's an interpretable model. The coefficients can help us understand some of the intricacies of the model. I think it's very well designed for count variables, which is what we had in this case. And we weren't able to meet the means equal variance condition due to the varying number of the variance in the data did not meet the Poisson distribution. Because we have 3 different variables that seem to strongly correlate with each other, which is percent bilingual, percent English as a second language, and a percent limited English proficiency, I decided to run 3 different models separately in order to see which factor is strongly predicted or strongly correlated with matriculation in the model. What we found out based on the AIT scores that percent bilingual was the best variable. From there, we drew some interesting insights. The first thing was that students from urban schools and charter schools seem to be less likely to matriculate to college when you control for all of the other factors. When you control for other factors, such as whether a student is disadvantaged or not, Black and brown students actually seem to be more likely to matriculate to college, which seems to suggest that the main inhibitor for Black and brown students when it comes to matriculating to college is the financial aspect. The other thing that we found out is that SAT and AP participation strongly seems to correlate with college matriculation, as well as being multilingual or in the SPED program negatively correlating with matriculation. Finally, we were able to derive a list of 10 high schools that overperformed when it came to their estimated matriculation rate, and 10 schools that underperformed when it came to their matriculation rate. I thought this was really interesting. It could actually potentially lead to deriving some insights, reaching out to those schools to figure out what they do in order to increase their matriculation rate.